Hey folks, today's video is going to be on a little bit of muskrat trapping, a little bit of mink, just kind of getting a few sets out, kind of showing what works for me, what doesn't, but it's a good video. We end up with some good catches. I'm pretty satisfied with it, so stick around and hope you guys enjoy. Alright, so we're at our first box here. It's a little mink box I had off to the side. I don't know if you can see that. Right, oh, you probably can't, but right in there. Spring's still springing, trap's still trapping. Off to the next one. All right, we're just at this next spot here. I don't know if you can see, we kind of got a little bit of this cubby, kind of feeds in from the creek and shoots down in here. And right down in there, we actually have little 110. This is more of a mink set. I don't know if you guys can see down in there. It's kind of just like a little pocket, so I gated it off there, or blocked it off, and use a bit of a few chubs there on the trigger. This one's still trapping, still off to the next. So running this float here, unfortunately, looked like one of my lost stops there got jammed. And the rat had a nice little feast there, so get this reset and then I'll show you kind of what we're working with here. All right, so we got this float kind of rigged back up here. I'm gonna brush it in a bit more, but got this lost stop fixed here and got the bridger there set. I'm gonna come back. Didn't bring any carrots, but I'm gonna put down some of the gland paste that I have for the rats, for the floats, and then I just stuck a nice fresh stick on there, and hopefully we can grab them next time. But off to the next one right now. So you can see this log here kind of goes over to those culverts. You come by, got some rat sign there. Got a nice, decent one at a 220 set right on a stabilizer right at this blind path here. So get this guy out, take a look at him, and reset this baby. All right, so we got this guy up out of the water here. A decent rat. Not too big, not too small. Must be fairly fresh. He's pretty nimble still, so. But no, I'll take it. Nice primed up late November rat. Get this guy reset, and then I'll show you kind of how I do this here, how I have her set up. It's fairly simple, but it doesn't hurt to show for the new guys anyway. All right, folks, so we got a reset here. Just like I said, it's a 220. It's on this log run. You can see she's pretty clear through there. So, just as a stabilizer here, I got a little piece of roundall. I'm sure you can buy it on Amazon, whatever. It does get brittle after you bend it a while, but it seems to do fine for a trap stabilizer, and it's fairly cheap and fairly quick to use. Just a single nail down in the one of the holes there, and you're good to go. But yeah, so we're gonna get to setting some pockets here and some drowners, so we'll get to that right now. Looks like we got a little visitor coming up the stream here too. Wonder how long it'll take for him to notice. Woo! There he goes, folks. I don't know if you can see him under the water there. Made me shake there, got kind of close. Well, there's still a few in here, so let's keep going. Well, folks, it took me a little bit longer to get over here than I thought. It's a bit thicker, so you guys can clearly tell. But found this little chute here. And then they kind of go over to land here, go underneath, and there's some open pockets back there. Looks like it's been traveled a bit, so I just kind of put a 110 down there and kind of fenced her off around a bit. If I really wanted to, I could put another one there, but or some kind of foothold there. Don't know if we'll get to the drowning sets today. I did forget my wire snips, so that's kind of key. But we'll set one more 110 here and see what we're looking like. So it really didn't look too hard from where where it was behind me there. There's my set right there. I was looking at a way to get kind of further. I don't know if you can see that, but I may have come across a den, possibly. Could be an old one. I don't know. Check it out anyway, wouldn't hurt. So here I am right at the hut here. It is some kind of hut that they were using. Whether it's a feeder or a house, I'm not sure. Got some movement back there, a few holes. Fairly fresh. Some newer branches weaved in. Right here below me goes down up to my knee, and then right here, somewhere in here, there's a bit of a pocket. So I'm gonna set a 110 right in front of that entrance, and yeah, we'll see what happens here. So basically, how I'm gonna rig this guy. Just found a knot there on the stick. Kind of anchored it off there. What I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna sink her down about halfway, just so that's kind of midway in the column here. And I'm gonna block it off. I'm gonna sink a bunch of sticks below, kind of a deterrent to go underneath, and then I'm gonna put a few dive sticks above. I don't think you'll be able to see it, but that's pretty much how it's set up there. So there again, you can kind of see, just propped up near that hole. I'm gonna brush this back in behind it here a bit here. But yeah, and then I have a stick kind of going right down underneath it there too, kind of deter any swimming underneath. So get this brushed in and head out there. Well, folks, I was just getting ready to pull a few of these traps. The water level kind of here at this different location's gone down. It's not really favorable. Looking at the colony in the run here, figured nothing's in it. Well, that's a big friggin' creek chub if I've ever seen one. Look at that sapsucker. Perfect mink bait, that's for sure. I think that's a horned creek chub if I'm not mistaken. Although I'm no fish guy, so who knows. Okay, folks, so we're at our third spot, or second spot, I can't remember. Anyway, of the day. This feeder creek goes up top that road over into that marsh there, and then that marsh connects to the stream that we got the creek chub in the colony. So I probably won't touch that much there. We got a feeder creek from the ditch kind of coming this way that goes up and juts off to the southwest. But right here, the first trap we're gonna pop in, I don't know if you can see that. We're gonna put in a colony. It's nice and choked off here, kind of where they all meet. So if you can kind of see in the without the glare there, there's a bit of a run they got. So I'll let you guys know when I'm done, and we'll see how it looks. Another thing I just wanted to point out quick is just the sign around here. It's pretty fresh. Well, this is very fresh. So that's a nice thing to see. Bite marks on her too. Looks like a rat, not a beaver. It's pretty small for beaver, but those guys are pretty talented too. Never underestimate them. Anyway, let's get back to Megan sets here. Okay, folks, now that the sun's gone behind the clouds and it's, November, it looks like it's about a thunderstorm. But anyway, got the colony in here. As you can see, there's like an embedded old cedar rail fence post there. I just used that, put the corner right of the trap on that, and it just lined up with the bank there. That way they'll kind of follow this all the way through. And then you can see I've weaved, sticks and some brush and whatnot through the sticks, kind of to funnel them in here. We do have, I know there looks like a bit of a gap there, but we do have a blocker there as well. And then coming around to this side here, we got the same thing. dive stick at the top, funneled in there kind of like that. Now, the key to these is you don't want to use green sticks for your blockers there, because the muskrats, if they see the green bark, they'll want to chew them. And yeah, so next set here we're gonna do in the deeper hole right there. We'll put a cubby in the bank and then scurry on out of here, I guess. Okay, folks, so a little bit of a change of plan here. Got this rat that we got today in the 220 all fleshed out and skinned up, as you can see here. He's got a few bite holes. Old one there. Big scar there, you know. It's just that time, so another one right there. But yeah, so with these rats, when you take them to the fur auction, there's actually a red membrane that you leave on these guys. I take her pretty much right down. I'm gonna shave this next, but I tan all my own furs, so I take all the membrane off. You don't need a real sharp fleshing knife. I just use this piece of stainless steel, and I just gently push down on my fleshing beam and on a bit of an angle, and just let that little round edge there catch the fat and the membrane and just kind of roll it gently off. Another thing that I find pretty handy too here is just a paring knife. You can get them for about I think 4 in a pack for $5 at the buck store. You know, they're good knives, they're cheap knives. You sharpen them, you can sharpen the heck out of them, and they always serve you well. So but this video is going to pick up next. It's going to be sometime tomorrow. We're going to be back at where we left off there with the colony. And we're going to set some more pockets. And maybe a few more body grips. But we'll see you guys in a minute here. Okay, folks, we're back out here where we left off yesterday. Unfortunately, I won't be able to do a pocket set in there today. I got to make up a few more drowner clips. We're going to check out our colony, our first colony here. And whoops, I dropped my glove. It looks like we got 1, 2. Got 2 in there anyway. Decent sized rats by the looks of it, actually. So I'm happy with that, and I'll take that. We'll get this reset back in the water there, and I'll show you how she goes. One real quick thing I want to show you is before I take these guys out of the trap here. I don't know if you can see on the top there, you can see our gate right here. And then you can see there's clips, and then there's this piece of starts right here at the end of my fingertip, goes up. So we call a bite bar, and I'll show you why those are handy to have. So if you can see, this guy bit onto the bar, but this allows the gate, when it's not jammed up with sticks, to still open and close, even if there's a rat biting onto your bite bars there. So if it was biting onto the gate wouldn't be able to open all the way. Just with the bite bar there, just makes it so you can maybe fit a few more rats in the cage. But yeah, just wanted to throw that in quick, just as a little tip. Okay, folks, got them out of the traps here. 2 nice rats. I can't complain. Pretty happy. Fatter guy and a little bit of a smaller fella here. But I just wanted to give you another look here at these bite bars and how they're set up. If you want, I can get you measurements for these cages. I've got all kinds of colony traps. And yeah, like I said, that's how that works. That door just flips up like that. The trap's upside down now. You want your doors down like that, obviously, if you can see. So I'm just going to throw this back in the run there and show you how I have her set up again. Okay, folks, I got that colony over there reblocked. I don't know if you can kind of see the blocker sticks. Just gonna wait for that mud and silt to flow down so you guys can see how I have that set up. But like I said yesterday, we have this little feeder creek coming from across the road. Kind of comes down to this little pinch point here, and I just looked, there's a bit of fresh sign, so I'm gonna put a 110 right in here somewhere, kind of fashion that up, and then you can kind of see where they kind of go up and then go around. So I'm gonna see if I can't block that. There is a game trail that goes from there, the other side of this branch, and then up that hill there. But I think this is where we're gonna put it, right at this pinch point here. And like I said, just a 110. So I just have her wired set, so it's a little bit easier, but with the gloves. But I'm gonna set this up, and I'll let you guys know what it looks like when I'm done here. Okay, folks, we got the 110 set up there. Got a little bit of brush kind of up top, but can't really see with the glare from the water. It's fairly clear. Dive stick over top, fenced it in pretty good, blocked it in pretty good. Like I said, there is a game trail that goes up that way and comes straight along here. What I usually do with these, because deer and raccoon will use them, is I'll usually put enough sticks down that it kind of deters the muskrat on both sides, but it, big enough that the coons or deer can get around it or step over it, whatever. But yeah, that's that 110 sitting there. Then you come around the back here. And see, this is kind of where I think they kind of swim around that, but as you can see, I kind of blocked her all off all the way up. And then that's just another view there from, kind of the water eye view, I guess you could say. But that's that set there, so that should be all right. And then come down here, you can see, kind of, we got the colony all blocked back in there on both sides. So hopefully come back tomorrow, have a few more rats, and hopefully be able to set a pocket. I'd like to really set a pocket in here, but yeah, so we'll just pop down on the next spot there. Okay, folks, we're at the last and final stop of the day here. You can see this is where we put that 110 down in their little chute. And then over this way, navigate myself over, you can see that the 110 that I had set in that tunnel set, that is still set and good to go. So we're gonna back out of here. I seen the float. I'll show you the float from this side. Nothing on it. I did see one other trap down when we walked in. So hopefully we got something. Just because the trap's down doesn't mean you got anything. But let's cross our fingers. Okay, folks. So we're just at the edge of the creek here. You can see on the float. You can see right there. There's one. And it looks like that one was fired off. I'm gonna run around and take a peek, but doesn't look like anything there. Then down here we got that crossing that 220 was knocked off, so let's go check that out quick. Just gonna check in on our mink box here. Nothing in that yet. It's all right though. Well, folks, I think we got some good news here. I think we got a little bit of a treat. That's what I thought. I thought I could smell them. What a beautiful mink. Just perfect. Jeez, is he ever stinky though. I'm gonna pull this trap that he's in here and replace it with this 220. One of the safeties busted off of this one here, and I'm just gonna repair that. So do a bit of tinkering while she's raining out. So, but no, I'm glad. I was hoping for at least a few mink this year, so get this guy taken care of and get this set remade here. Okay, folks, got a reset here. Same thing as yesterday. Nice straight run through there. Again, 220 on this, looks like an old power pole or some kind of cedar post or something like that. So got her wired up just into the brush here. Doesn't need to be, you know, wired up pretty good, but you don't need to worry about too much. And holy smokes, does this mink ever stink. But I'm thankful for it. Anyway, I think that's about enough getting soaked out here. Let's head back to the shop and wrap this up here. Okay, folks, so we're back in the fur shack. Got the mink hung up there behind me. Got somewhat of a fire starting to go there. She's finally getting cold out here, finally snowing a bit. So it's the next day. Got those rats done up last night. Was a bit late, so I just let the mink freeze overnight, and I'm gonna do her up tonight. That's the biggest thing with the furs. You can't rush them when you do them, unless you're really, really good at it. But I like to take my time and do them right and make them look nice. I got the rats drying up there right now. So that's it for this video for the most part. Stay tuned. I'm going to have a few more coming up. Definitely going to be doing some of the pocket drowners that we didn't get to do in this video. And then hopefully if we get some freezing weather, we're going to do some under the ice stuff. And possibly even take my cousin who's never been deer hunting before out with the bow to see if he can't get one for himself this year. But I appreciate all you guys that took the second there to take a quick peek at the video, and we'll see you next time.